throughout the entire season. They were in the same division. Red finished up 6-2, Thorzain went 4-4, and right now everything comes down to one game. If Red wins, he's going to face the Muslim for a spot at the finals in Toronto. If Thorzain wins, he's going to face Pozzo for a spot in Toronto. And if they win that series, I believe they're guaranteed of $4,000 already. If you just make it to Canada, you get $4,000. I've seen tournaments that if you win them, you get $4,000, man.
I'm right there with you, man. I've casted tournaments where the winner gets 4Gs, and NASL is not one of those tournaments. Winner of our final walking away with $30,000, and every participant that makes it to the grand final in Toronto will be getting paid. So, huge, awesome, magnificent event. And you know what? It's not going to be the last, Kev. We've got a 4th season coming. We've got a 5th season coming. There's a lot more NASL in the future, guys. And I just want to encourage everyone that's watching. That's right. I want to encourage everybody that's watching to take part in the open tournaments that can allow you, or that can earn you a spot in the NASL. Beastie QT, a guy that's been living with us, practicing very hard, recently winning one of the NASL Opens. It's qualified him for the Season 3 playoffs. And that means he'll be playing in Season 4. There's going to be at least 2 more opportunities for you guys to play in a qualifier and make it into Season 4 of the North American Star League. So sign up, guys. Tell your friends to sign up. Tweet at your favorite players. Get them to sign up. I want to see all the big dogs in Season 4.
And we'll be tweeting a lot about that. So if you're not sure when those qualifiers happen, if you miss News Space, just follow us on Twitter, guys, because we will be tweeting about it, certainly because we are going to host one of these open qualifiers live from the studio. No nothing, just Ben and me. For old time's sake, a couple of drinks, and a lot of StarCraft. And we're going to cast everybody. And we're going to invite all of our friends to play. And hopefully the 4 absolute best players are going to be part of the next season. Because, Ben, Season 3 was great, but I want Season 4 to be
it's going to be even better, man. There's only one way to go, and that's straight up, man. Like a rocket ship.
Yeah, oh yes.
Spaceships are meant to fly.
No, don't go there.
It's true, man.
I don't want to go.
And we've got have you seen our logo? It's a freaking flying saucer, Kev.
Yes. Well, maybe we should get Nicki Minaj to host our finals then.
She can fly in on like an NASL logo. Starships are meant to fly, right?
Yes.
Starships are meant to fly. Okay, I'm not very good at that.
No, that's pretty bad. I know that if I would have done it, it would have been bad, but I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have fallen that low. Never tried.
You're welcome to try and one-up me there.
Never tried to hit a high note again.
I'd say, man, it's a little bit outside of my range.
Yes. You see the reactor going down on the barracks over here for Thorzain. Factory is eager to land ban because those Hellions, they want to come out. And then I won't be surprised if Thorzain is once more going to drop that conditional command center. That means that 5 games on a row he at least started the same. One game he went for quicker siege tanks, other game he went for cloak banshee, other game he just went for a single banshee, and one game he ignored the banshees. But the first 5.5 minutes are the exact same.
It's very interesting that Rhett chose dual site. I mean, I know classically it's considered a Zerg map, but in the NASL, dual site has been very Terran biased all season long because 2-base plays are so very strong on it. You can make a good, strong 2-base push, and it gets to the natural of the Zerg player so much faster than it does on any of these other newer maps that are so much larger.
And if there is one map where you can even get away with some crazy 1-base play or at least low eco stuff, it's probably dual side as well, because you can just get to the natural that quick, as you pointed out. I forgot you just said that.
Red's sticking with what's been working for him thus far, though. He's already on 4 queens, and he's building one more. It'll be 5-queen Red against no queen Thorzain. Thorzain's got 99 problems, but a queen ain't one. Oh. That's what somebody said in chat, and I thought it was funny.
Sweden does have a queen, Ben.
You know what? You're right, but I was kind of speaking in the context of StarCraft.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that happens when you cast StarCraft.
The Netherlands has a queen too, right?
Yes, she's very old.
Really?
Not as old as the Queen of England. Man, she's been there forever. It's like, I don't know what kind of potion she's getting, but that's not normal. I feel that Queen has been around since the French Revolution.
She was watching Shakespeare plays when Shakespeare was in attendance.
Yes. I don't know, man. She was Juliet in Romeo and Juliet. She's still around. It's crazy. Them English people.
Nice creep spread already from Rhett. He's going to be able to connect his 3rd base well before that 3rd. Ooh, actually, you know what? He's going to take a base that we would not have anticipated. Will Thorzain ever see this?
But Ben, that additional command center, which I really expected out of Thorzain, is not going down. He's going to drop a pretty quick star point instead. He's already researching Stim. It's more than halfway down, so I think we're going to see some early bio-aggression at least. Kind of reminds me of the times that we casted QXC on this map. This is always how QXC like to open against Zerg. And it's all going to come down to execution, and will Red read it properly? If Red has enough units to deal with the initial 2 pushes, Red is going to be in very good shape, because then Thorzain doesn't really have this also great economy to fall back on. But if Thorzain is somehow able to catch Red's off guard, then Red is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, Thorzain's going to make this push with a couple of medevacs and then Marine Hellion. It's a strong push.
Yeah, the Muslim used to do it a lot, but it was quicker, right, than when the Muslim did it. It was without medevacs?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
The Muslim would skip the medevacs to get it there a little bit faster. The way that you deal with this as a Zerg player is with Zergling Baneling, Kev, and good positioning, and Red is actually totally equipped to handle this without issue. It's just a matter of whether or not he can kind of see what's coming and get those Banelings morphed, and he's already morphing Banelings. We can see Thorzain on the move, making that 2-base push that we predicted when the game started.
Increased threat is going to help out so much. It's so crucial in a situation like this. But Ben, what I'm most surprised at right now is that Thorzain is following this up with a double eBay in his main base. What if he loses all these units? He's going to be in a world of trouble.
Yeah, that makes very little sense to me. We'll see exactly what happens, but I'm telling you, Kev, Rhett is looking really strong right now. 24 Lings coming out. He's got a Spine Crawler in position. That's going to buy him some time. He's going to want to surround with the Zerglings and then come in from the opposite side with the Banelings. Thorzain, I don't think, has any idea of what he's going to be facing here. Banelings coming forward. Zerglings are going to come out, and they do get behind the units of Thorzain. Perfect positioning by Red. And a lot of the Marines are going to fall. Hellions absolutely destroyed. A few Marines left over going to chase these Queens down, but no transfusion going to come out. But with
beautiful
extra
sandwich
Zerglings
here by Red. He's going to be able to clean, at least force Thorzain to pick up those Marines. All the Hellions went down, Ben. All of them. Thorzain did catch up in the workers during all this. When the push started, Red was 10, 12 workers ahead. But he's going to be ahead again because he's on 3 bases. He still has a lot of Queens alive. Still 6 Queens on the map.
The only follow-up Rhett needs right now is a Baneling bust. Thorzain would never, ever defend it. But instead, Rhett looks like he wants to sit back and drone a little bit. I would really like to see Banelings.
He doesn't have a Leia yet. Maybe he wants to at least see those Banelings rolling.
That's a good possibility. Thorzain managing to drop with some of these Marines that he saved and do some damage over at Rhett's third base. He's killed 7 drones. A few of these Marines are going to get killed, but not before picking off a Queen as well. So good job there by Thorzain. And Rhett not going to follow up his successful defense with aggression. He's just going to continue to drone and try to get more ahead, as some very casters have said in the past.
Thorzain just picked off 2 Queens, which is pretty decent, but Red already has 2 additional Queens on the way, and he still has 4 Queens on the map, so I don't think that Red is all too bummed about this. He's up 11 workers again, few more drones on the way. Spire is being morphed in as well. Thorzain is going to go again with another quick push. He wants to do something about this base, but I think this can go very, very wrong for Thorzain.
I'm not sure that Red knows it's coming. Just now, these Lings are going to see these Stim Marines. Red's got 20 Zerglings in production, but how many Banelings? 0. He's going to morph some, but I think this hatch is going to fall, Kev.
That is right, but will these units ever be able to get away?
Well, Baneling speed's also not ready. Wow, Red's got a lot of Lings, and Thorzain positioning that a little bit poorly, in my opinion, spreading the Marines out so that they weren't really able to all fight. And Red's going to clean this up. Are you serious? Oh, he is. He's going to kill every single Marine. Medevac's going to pick up about 5 of them, but Thorzain's push gets crushed. And I swear to you, I think the problem there was Thorzain had half of his units fighting drones, the other half fighting the army.
And there was only 1 siege tank as well. I think with 2 siege tanks, it's already a lot scarier.
And, oh, no, and again, Thorzain unloads in a bad spot. Red's getting more free kills, and Thorzain's position is worsening by the second. He has gone up to 3 command centers now, but... But man, how is he ever going to really secure that third? Red's getting mutas out. He's working on 2-2. Baneling speed just finished.
And as soon as those mutas come out, it's going to be so much easier for Red to really keep track on all these medevacts. Red has to be careful here. There is a siege tank. He will be able to clear it up, but not before at least losing quite a few Banelings. Lost 3-4 Banelings right now. No,
this is a great fight for Red. These are all of Thorzain's units, Kev. Thorzain's army is just nothing. It's only Marines in that 1 siege tank. Red doesn't have that many units either, though. That tank actually barely staying alive. First mutas are out, and they're chasing these medevacs down.
Red is going to siege right now. Zergling streaming in, so that tank will be able to get at least a couple of shots off. It's so low on HP, though. All these mutas going to try to pick it up.
They will pick off the tank. They will get a couple of Marine kills, and then they're going to actually, one of the mutas is going to fall. 65 drones to 59 SCVs. Somehow, Thorzain is actually stabilizing. 94 supply to 110. Army supply is also very close. It's about 40 both ways. And
sorry.
man, this has been such an action-packed series. Dual Sight, not disappointing in the slightest. Thorzain has managed to get his third base down. It's going to be a planetary, which is I think the only option on a map like Dual Sight.
There's only one missile turret in the main base of Thorzain right now. We can see these mutas starting to work on one of these reactors. One reactor will fall. Another single muta fell for
Reactor
red.
for a muta. I don't think that's a good trade.
A muta did fall?
Yeah.
I didn't see.
Red at 12 mutas against 25 Marines, 2 siege tanks. There's also 40 Zerglings out on the map for Red, so that is a very serious threat. One thing that Thorzain really needs to do is make sure that he's safe from run-bys, and it's really hard. I understand that, but Red's already punished him a couple of times with that kind of play, and Thorzain has to be looking for it. Red's a guy that likes to play that way. I mean, he was famous for that a while back. Like, he was one of the only Zergs that consistently did the run-by.
Yeah, it's like when someone moves out, he runs Zergling in base. It's so smart.
Revolutionary play.
2-2 is almost ready for Red, and he's producing a lot of links, but maybe he's going to try to do something with a lot of Zergling bailing on 2-2. He's making 2 more Overlords right now, but 2-2 is going to be ready for Thorzain as well. Thorzain has missile turrets, has bunkers, and has tanks in pretty good position, so if Red wants to go for one of those 2-2 busts, it's going to be quite hard, but I don't think he really has to.
84 Zerglings. Wow. He's got a lot of money. We might actually see. No, Infestation Pit's going to go down. We'll see, man. Red, he's not been very effective with these mutas, and he's continuing to add to the muta count. He really needs to find an opening. And actually, we do see these lings coming around for the run-by that we were just talking about. Thorzain lifts the depots at the last second, and Red's going to be forced to disengage. Well done there by Thorzain.
Thorzain is going to get a sensor tower, which I think is very smart, because he's so in the dark. If you take a look at Thorzain's vision, which I showed the people at home several times, all he sees is where his bases are, and then if you are Red, you just feel like, there's no fog of war in this RTS. It's pretty nice.
That's right, man. Red's creep spread has been impeccable. 4-base Zerg to 3-base Terran. But Thorzain, he's actually kind of made it here. He's gotten healthily into the mid-game. He's pretty stable. Taking a 4th base is going to be difficult, but I think if you can max out off of 3... Oh, look at this, Kev. We were talking about it. Big 2-2 Baneling bust is coming, and Thorzain's a little bit out of position for it. Ling's coming in from every possible angle, and the Banelings are just going to roll in, skipping the planetary. Going to continue to target down Thorzain's units, and Thorzain does not have enough. Red going to make his way into the natural, crashing through the depots. The bunker is absolutely going to fall, and this could be curtains for EG Thorzain.
This one Thor is going to try to make a final stand for Thorzain. Thor getting a couple of really big shots on these mutas, but eventually Red will roll into the main base of Thorzain. If Red wins right now, it's the end of Thorzain's run in NASL Season 3.
And I think that's exactly what we're seeing, Kev. The mutas have breached the front. There are Zerglings in the main base. Thorzain's third is not mining. His natural is badly thinning, and his production has been ravaged. He's going to have to lift or give up every one of these barracks. GG comes out, and Red takes it down with a big 2-2 Baneling timing. This is a build that I was discussing with Beastie just the other day because it is so strong and it is so uncommon. There's only a couple of Zerg players that I've seen do it in the past, and really the only guy that does it consistently is Demaga. But it's so good. 2-2 Banelings just kill everything, and Rhett falling back on that build in the rubber match. Game 5 takes out Thorzain 3-2. Epic, excellent series.
Yeah, a really great series. And in that last game, I really felt that this was pretty much the moment to hit for Red as well, because Thorzain was really starting to stabilize. Thorzain had more workers than Red had. Thorzain was starting to climb up to 170 supply. The moment the Terran gets up to 200, I don't think you can get away with these kind of busts anymore. I mean, they're really good, but they're good because Zerg can mine a lot for quite a while, and then just throw everything in one big push. It's sort of a super late all-in, because if you don't deal a significant amount of damage, it's pretty much curtains. You're not going to come back anymore.
You're right.
If you dump everything, if you dump all the minerals, all the gas into all those banelings, and you do not at least kill a base, like the latest base with Terran, is pretty much over. But Red, yeah, he hit on the right moment.
I mean, you nailed it. It is just that. It's like a 3-base all-in, if there is such a thing. Red was even on 4 bases.
In the future, we're going to have 5-base all-ins, believe it or not, guys.
But you're exactly right. He committed 100% of his resources to that attack. Everything that Red had was flung at Thorzain.
Of course, you're bound to do damage as well. Like, there's no way you're never ever going to do some damage. But if Terran is somehow super prepared, like maybe if that Tor would have been a bit more down, maybe if some tanks would have been a bit more behind the planetary, so they would have got more free shots off. But maybe doesn't count in anything. And
the only way you really defend that is when your units are behind stuff. But in that case, Thorzain's units were out front. There was too many Banelings. Rhett made a very intelligent decision by not committing the Banelings to the planetary and turning around and sending the Banelings up through the natural and into the main. Had he committed all the bannings to the planetary, then maybe Thorzain stabilizes and bounces back. I don't know. Either way, beautiful set of games there between both those guys. Really sad to see Thorzain eliminated from Season 3 of the North American Star League, but he will be back in Season 4, and Rhett will be in the round of 16.
Facing the Muslim, so Red versus the Muslim, the guys who played as tiebreaker since they ended up exactly even in the regular season are going to play against each other once more. So we're either going to see Red or the Muslim in Toronto. Well, I'm happy and sad, Ben, and I guess you understand why, because I love both these guys. It's awesome to see at least one of them. It's sad to see one of them not make it, but congratulations to Thorzain. Even though he lost, he still walks away with $600 that he earned in the regular season of NASL. So maybe not the season that he hoped for, but he's not with empty hands.
Yeah, not at all. It was a great season from Thorzain, great season from Rhett. Rhett's season will continue, as will our broadcast. Short break, and then we'll be back with our next best of 5 on our final day of wildcard play.